What's up everyone, Electronic Search here, back with another video. And in today's video, this is going to be the story of this Sony Trinitron KV-20V50. Again, I'm going to repeat, Sony Trinitron KV-20V50. Stereo CRT set from 1995, and this used to be my neighbor's, not anymore. It's completely in pieces, and this is basically going to be the story of this TV. I don't know why I made this video. It's just, yeah, for fun. So this video is basically all photos and me explaining this TV's life, I guess. So, going back to 2014 or 2015 or 2016, somewhere in that time zone or year, once we first moved into this house, we had new neighbors, of course, right next to us, of course, all the time. And, well, there were more people there, and we actually became friends. And usually there would be another person coming, probably every single Sunday or Saturday, on the weekends. And usually, no, we did not record any videos like vacuum search videos or electronic search videos, even though both of my channels have not existed at that time. I did not even know how to use YouTube at that time. I did not know how to use anything. I did not know anything about computers, TVs, printers, all that stuff. All that is all old school stuff, childhood, you know. And we actually used to go to each other's houses to play games and stuff like that. Play around and mess around with stuff. And of course, I saw some TVs in there. First was a Sony KV TV, another one. It was on a bench. Here's a photo of it. There it is. And yes, you may remember that TV was sitting outside last year in 2020 or 2019, I think. I'm not sure. Yes, you're correct. It has been sitting out there because that's when my neighbors were starting to move out. And that's when the vacuum search channel was finally born. And well, it's not been born in that year. It's been a long time. It's probably been 3 years. 3 years after they moved out. And then, of course, once you move out, you have to start organizing your stuff and throwing out stuff that you don't need. And of course, CRT TVs are always part of that if you have some that you do not want anymore, especially big ones like 27 inches, which that TV was, which it used to be, now it isn't. And this TV that's cycling through photos right now, this is the TV that was wall mounted in their bedroom. This one, both of the TVs worked. Both of them worked. They worked absolutely beautiful. This one that's cycling through photos, this one we actually watched a movie or a show on. I'm not even joking. We actually watched movies on this thing. We watched movies on this 1995 TV, which is now completely destroyed. And because the reason was it was wall mounted, we used it through Dish Network. And of course, we didn't have Dish Network or DirecTV at the time because we didn't have any satellites on our roof or anything like that to pay for. So yeah. And so yeah. once later on, once they were moving out, they were starting to throw out a whole bunch of stuff, including tables, mattresses, and all kinds of stuff. And the TV, the Sony 27-inch, used to be in my old room. Well, on the other side of the wall, it used to be in my room. And it used to be in the small little hole that is now would be my dresser, but now it isn't because it's not my room anymore, since we did move rooms once my sister moved into my house. So we, of course, had to make changes, and of course we had to switch rooms so that way, clean up and all that kind of stuff. And a couple days later, on August 20th, 2019 or something, I'm going downstairs right now to make a photo of something long ago. I don't know when it was. I'm gonna have to double check on the video. And I have so much views on that video. Right here's a photo of it. I actually made a photo of the 27-inch Sony Trinitron. I'm gonna show you it right now here in picture. And there it is. That's the 27-inch Sony Trinitron stereo set. And of course, I could not pick it up. As you could see, I barely even put it to the side. Like, it felt like it was just gonna stay in that position forever. It's not gonna move out of that position, never ever again. And apparently, nope, it actually did move, and it almost fell over because of the CRT. And so yeah, a couple years later, 2021, so some neighbors were already trying to buy the house 3 years later, and if they wanted to buy the house, there was still plenty of garbage and more stuff in the basement of their house, including carpets, TVs, and yes, of course, TVs, tables, mattresses, and more stuff, dryers, all kinds of garbage that you can even think of. And of course, I found a flat CRT, a Sony flat CRT Trinitron from 2002, and of course I could not pick it up either, so the people that were cleaning out the basement, of course, they had to put all their strength just onto that one little TV. Not little, it was big. It was actually extremely big. It was from 2002. I do not know the model, but I did make a picture of the model, and here's the picture that my camera made. As you could see, that's my camera. I did not know that cameras like this could be that blurry, and of course I did not pay attention, and of course I just left. If you can hear that noise, that's the garbage truck right outside this window, and that Sony Trinitron's out there right now. So the motherboard is gone, but the case is plastic, so don't worry, it's not gonna go in the garbage right now. It's gonna go in the garbage next week or tomorrow, whenever the recycling truck is gonna come. Since it's all plastic, there's no motherboards in there. I already threw out the motherboard and all the rest of the stuff. It hadn't had a CRT. Anyways, back to the story. So after that, here, let me get away from this window. Sorry about that. I don't want a lot of noise in the video. Sorry about that. Okay, so that big Sony Trinitron that was in their basement, we couldn't pick that up. That thing is just huge. That is just extremely heavy, and I know that some of these flat CRT TVs and monitors, they're becoming rare and rare, and sadly, I could not pick it up. I had to give it up, or else I would literally break every single bone in my body. I just don't want to do that, and I don't know if I can even be able to pick up a 27-inch, 160-pound TV according to Sony's website. And yeah, so of course I just left it there. Instead, we grabbed some carpets, and I also found a gaming PC in there, so I grabbed that instead of the TV. I also found a couple of printers. I did not grab the printers because I already have 8 printers in my house. I don't need any more than that because I already have enough printers already, and I'm trying to get rid of those printers and not bring in even more printers for no reason, even though they're broken. Sure, I can probably make a fun video out of them, but what I did not realize that it was not recording. I thought it was recording, but apparently it was not recording, and I was talking to a wall for 3 minutes. Anyways, what I was saying before the video thing ended is they used to have a projection TV, a Sony projection TV, a big one, not a rear projection like one of those mini projection TVs. It was a big, I think it was a 40 or a 50 or a 55-inch Sony projection TV, but they soon also got rid of it. They did not send it to the garbage or leave it next to their garbage bin. Instead, they actually got rid of it somewhere else. I don't know where they got rid of it, but I think some people came and took it away, but they probably sell it or something. And they replaced it with this very nice 4K 60-inch Sony Bravia TV, which is just amazing. It's paper thin, and it was very nice. They also had a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 2, but not lucky for them, I have a PlayStation 1, so... But yeah, I do have a slim version, so it's not really that rare. But instead of that projection TV, they just sold it or something like that. They also did have another Sony 55-inch Bravia TV and LCD. I know, they have a lot of Sony products. Everything is Sony. They probably either love Sony or maybe just because Sony makes very good quality products. I'm not sure, but I also agree with them. Sony does make some good products, and I will say, I will give credit for them. They do make very nice products. If we, of course, had enough room, we would actually buy like a 90-inch Sony Bravia TV, but of course we don't have enough space for it, so we have to buy like this Vizio 70-inch TV instead, 4K, which is not better. No TV is better than other TV. All TVs are the exact same. It doesn't matter if it's because their screen brightness controls contrast. Is it 4K or QLED or CRT or LCD or LED? Does not matter. It's still the exact same thing. The thing that just matters in TVs is that their quality. That's the thing that matters, not how much stuff they save, like screen size and other stuff. Like, we have a 32-inch TV, and it doesn't bother me that much. So we literally watch movies on that thing. It does not bother me. The thing that does bother me is like bad quality and stuff like that. So anyways, of course, those two TVs, the small little TV that was wall mounted, and the flat CRT Sony Trinitron were sitting outside in the garbage, next to the garbage bin the next day. And of course I could not pick it up because it was a 20-inch, which was this one, and a 27 or maybe even a 32-inch. I don't know how much that flat CRT weighed, but yeah, exactly. I could not pick that up, nor can anyone else. So, not my dad or the people that actually came to clean up their basement, That's how heavy that thing was. It weighed like 200 pounds or something, maybe even more. Probably weighed like an entire garage or something like that, or a car. But anyways, it was heavy. So they, of course, just left it next to the garbage bin. And the next day, things got very sad. Very, very sad. Now, you may know what happens the next day a CRT TV is sitting next to a garbage bin. Of course, they get absolutely obliterated for copper, brass, and all kinds of materials that can be reused all the time, and, for money and stuff like that. And, of course, that's the case what happened to this small little TV. From 1995 to 2021, watched multiple movies on it, multiple shows, multiple movies, stereo speakers, everything. This thing had every single TV that any other TV from its era did not have, like stereo quality. Mono was still being used in 1995. I mean, there are TVs from 2002 that use mono sound. There are plenty of technology right now in 2021 that still uses mono sound. That might sound crazy, but I'm not joking. Some stuff has stuff like that. And yeah. So, of course, it got absolutely obliterated. And guess what? While they were taking this TV off of the wall mount, since it was wall mounted, they dropped it. They dropped the 20-inch TV from what I would say about 8 feet from the ceiling all the way to the floor, from a little small 20-inch CRT TV. They dropped it. And of course, the entire top panel was falling apart. And that's when I saw it falling apart. And the next day was when it got obliterated. The CRT. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. It had that little "It's a Sony" sticker at the CRT. It had that small little sticker on the CRT that said "It's a Sony" with a little cube. It had that little thing on the CRT. It's not there anymore, of course. The entire CRT was completely in pieces. I could tell that those neighbors that were cleaning out the basement were probably pretty mad from all that glass and mercury and lead all over their concrete, of course, and all over their garage and their lawn. And yeah, I can tell that they probably got mad and stuff like that. So they just put it up in there. Now you might ask me, what about the big flat CRT TV? Well, guess what? They actually did not break it, and instead they grabbed it. They grabbed the rare 32-inch Sony flat CRT TV from 2002, unknown model because of my camera, and that was just incredible. I did not think that someone would actually be able to pick up that 32-inch TV and actually grab it and keep it for themselves. Either they actually grabbed it to keep it, or they actually used it or sold it. Let's just hope that TV still has a good life and probably lives for like 5 more years or so before it completely breaks down. And yeah, unlike this small little 20-inch unlucky TV, of course it got smashed because this one isn't rare. It had a round CRT. Round CRTs, they're not rare. They're still everywhere. There's probably like 100,000 of them left in the USA or probably in the entire planet. But sure, CRT TVs are dying extremely fast, about every single day. And of course this one's included. And that's when I came. Of course, there was plastic everywhere. There was plastic all over the concrete. I just grabbed the speakers and the TV itself. There wasn't a CRT in there. So, of course, it was easier for me to pick it up since there wasn't no glass picture tube in it anymore. So it was much lighter than it used to be before. And I grabbed it home and made this video here. The video is already uploaded. I basically took out the fuse and showed you around the motherboard, control board, the back, the detail sticker, and all that type of stuff. But that's basically the end of the story right there. Of course, you never know. Some TVs, they don't do this kind of stuff anymore, and there we go. That's the end of the story. That's how this TV got there, and after being used for more than 10 years, it's finally time to get rid of it. And this thing still worked. It still worked. This thing is more than 10 years old. Actually, I think it's more than 20 years old, and this thing still works. It still works. It still shows out a picture, and the speakers still work. Everything still worked until someone ripped out the flyback transformer from the motherboard and completely just broke it in half, and there we go. So, of course, I left the magnets from the speakers, threw the speakers in the garbage since the speakers were damaged badly. And the CRT is gone again, one more time. There was no CRT in there. The CRT was already gone. It was already in pieces. And the speakers were ripped open wide. The plastic case is still okay, not much. Of course, I took the brand of it off, because you, of course, know you can just take the brand off of it. But this 20-inch TV, of course, did not be able to get saved, even though it's been like, what, 1 day, and it's already destroyed. So, yeah. There we go. That's the story of the 20-inch CRT TV, KV-20V50 Sony Trinitron stereo, 1995 stereo set. And it's been a good set. Of course, it did not survive again. But hey, at least I grabbed it while the motherboard was still intact, and although not for the flyback, though, so yeah. And how about the other TV, the one that was out there in 2019? No one broke it, and no one took it. So sadly, that guy had bad luck. So that this guy, at least it got destroyed. At least it wasn't just gonna sit there forever. But yeah, there we go. Rest in peace. Sony Trinitron 1995 TV KV-20V50. It's probably gonna be good. But anyways, thanks for watching, and bye.